Assalamu alaikum and hello guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sheba and I am currently a second year clinical medicine undergraduate student, and this is an update video. Like, I'm going to update you guys on whatever has been happening in terms of like school life and like safety measures to take towards this period where we have the coronavirus like pandemic and that kind of stuff. So let's get started. So currently we are at our placements, our clinical placements, and in other words, like the rotations. Alhamdulillah, we've started our rotations, and me and my friends, like our group, we are currently in our internal medicine rotation, particularly known as the medicine or the medical ward department in Kenya, and we are rotating in that. We are to rotate in that part of medicine for like a whole month, but later on in the video you'll hear that something happened. But anyway guys, so like currently we are at Nyahururu County Referral Hospital, and there is where we are started off our placements, and that is where we've been rotating for the past 2 weeks now. And so guys, that was like my sister called me, and so we had to like pause the video for it. So anyways, you guys, I was telling you that we are in our internal medicine rotation, and we were to rotate in this rotation for a whole month. That is a total of cumulative of 4 weeks, and I'm going to be talking about my clinical experience. Currently we've done alhamdulillah like 2 weeks, and I'm going to be talking about like my experience inshallah in like a future video where I'm going to be like specifically going to talk about how my thoughts are and my feelings and my experience about this clinical placement, and particularly like the internal medicine rotation. And watch out for that video, you guys. So that's the first thing, that we are now in our rotations, and right now, like I said, I'll talk about this later on the video, that we are paused, like for the meantime we are paused for our rotations, and we are not rotating anymore. Like today I'm supposed to be like in the hospital, but I'm not. I'm at home filming this video. And then secondly guys, another update is that before we came for clinicals, we had a very rough time in back in school, and I don't know what my glasses are doing to reflect this light. I don't know. By the way guys, I'm so sorry, like the lighting is so poor because this is the only way I can do this. So like secondly, before we came here for our clinicals, it was so hectic back at school because we had cuts back to back, we had assignments to submit, we had classes to attend to, like balancing all that. And like because the content of the trimester had been squeezed from like this was like the whole semester, and then like squeezed into like this period, so we had to do everything, our cats, our classes, our assignments, and everything like to be submitted before we headed out for our placements. And trust me, that time was so hectic, and alhamdulillah, like it's already done, and we did our cards back to back. Even the day when we were coming to like Nyahururu, we had a cut in the morning, so like it was just that hectic. And yeah, it was just like that hectic. So someone just walked in. Anyways, like it was that hectic. Like I said, on the day before we traveled, on the day before we like traveled, we also had like a cut in the morning. Like we had the cut at 7 a.m. and we were traveling at around like immediately after the cut, and like life was just so difficult. I remember the previous night I had to like pack, where I was complaining, whining, and waffling. Like I was so annoyed because I had to like study for that cut and also like prep for like my traveling. I didn't, please look at me. I didn't like looking at me. Anyway, you guys, so like yeah, I'm liking. I know I use the word like so much. So what is it, you guys? Like like a ton of people usually tell me like okay, I'm also using that. Like. A ton of people tell me like, oh, I've used it again. A ton of people tell me I like using like, and it's me, you guys. Like is like. And yeah, anyway guys, so I said like we were having a very hectic moment at the time, and alhamdulillah it passed, and hopefully we passed. And yeah, but that time before coming for clinicals was so hectic, and unfortunately, or like, I don't know, we have to get used to this, because for the next 2 semesters we are going to be doing this, like it's going to become our normal routine, and we're going to be like having this routine every now and then for the next 2 semesters. So it's up to me and up to my friends to like get used to this, and like immediately the semester starts, we just up our game and like study from the word go. So that's it guys. Like probably also like I can talk about this in a future video if you guys like want me to like talk about like how to like my startup in this semester, like how this semester in general was in as an experience. Comment down below and let me know like if you want me to like make a video on that, and please like the video. So another thing, okay, so I made a list of all the updates that I'm supposed to talk about, and another thing is that the environment here in Nyahururu is generally like fair, but it's so cold. Like this place right now is so cold, and like I remember the first day that we came, I had to like borrow a sweater from my friend, because like I assumed that the place is going to be a little bit not that cold, not that extremely cold, but it was just a bit too much. And like okay, it was a bit too much, and I'm trying not to use the word like, so it was a bit too much, and
like
it's a bit too much. But everything that's it's made for like 3 minutes right now. Okay, it was too much. The cold was too much. Trust me, it was so cold. But alhamdulillah, like we've adapted. Like look what I'm wearing right now. Like this baggy shirt and t-shirt, and it's so cold. And I've opened the window obviously for like some aeration, and but it's so cold here. And generally on like expenses perspective, I feel that this place is a little bit more expensive than back at school. Like back in Nakuru is a little bit fair. Like it's so realistic with the prices of everything, and here it's a little bit exaggerated. Like you get something, you're like, oh my god, I really need this thing, but the price is just, no, it's just too much. Like yeah, that's my own opinion. I don't know about other people, but for me generally this place is a little bit expensive, and the weather is a little bit fair, not fair, it's a bit cold. And yeah, that's it about the environment. But the facility, like it's alhamdulillah, it's so nice, alhamdulillah. It's so nice, alhamdulillah. We get to like stay in a very good place. We have water, we have electricity, and alhamdulillah, like it's such a nice experience. And then like we have very good neighbors. Like one of the neighbors here, she usually like takes us to the hospital, so she works at the hospital. So whenever we find her, like when she's going to the hospital, we also like pop up in the car and like, you know, hey guys, so we go to the hospital together. And that's it about the environment. And I said, like I've said that I'll talk about my experience, generally my clinical experience, in a separate video where I'll be talking in depth about how this experience, this clinical experience, has been for me personally and a bit of my friends. So yeah, that's it. And then there's also some other updates that I need to tell you guys, and it's about our placements being called off. And here's the thing, you guys, in Kenya right now, and it's in most countries where schools are being closed, learning institutions are being closed, like workplaces are being closed, things are being shut down. And specifically for the learning people, where we have a lot of students, like in Kenya, all schools are right now closed. All universities are to be closed by this Friday, and today is on a Wednesday 17th, no, it's on a Tuesday 17th. And by Friday, like all universities are supposed to be closed, and like the boarding schools are already closed, the day schools are already closed, and yeah, like all institutions are being closed. So for that purpose, our clinical placements are being called off, and we are taking some sort of like a break due to the pandemic of the coronavirus, of course. And like wallahi, it's so I have mixed feelings about this. I don't know whether I'm feeling happy I'm going home, because I'm going to like get more time to study. And something I have to mention, you guys, like if you're in your placements, if you are in your placements and like your clinical rotations and you still manage to study, you are killing it. Like you are 100% on it. Like you're perfect. Like I don't know what to say, because man, it's so difficult. Like coming from the hospital, you are super tired, and I'll talk about this like in the later video, inshallah. But if you're studying and you're going for your placements and you're studying, guys, you're killing it. You're just a pro. Like you got this. Anyways, so I said like I'm having mixed feelings about this. I don't know whether I'm happy because I'm going home to study, or I'm so sad also, like at some point, like leaving the hospital at some point. So like I have mixed feelings about this, but the general idea is that our placements are being called off, and we were supposed to be like picked today to go back home. But unfortunately they started with people who are in further placements, like in Makindo. If you're in Kenya, you must be familiar with this word. Makindo people are so far, so they started with them. Yes, I'm complaining. I thought that we were the first people because we're the closest to the school. Like Nyahururu is not that far from Nakuru, so I thought we would be the first people to be picked, but unfortunately Makindo people won it. So those are my mixed feelings. And generally, like, our placements are taking a break, and hopefully we'll resume after like 3 weeks, I guess. I don't know. So I'll let you guys know, by the way. And then another update is that I'm going back to school, inshallah. Like, we are from the clinicals, we're going back to school and then going back at home. Like, I'm going back to Nakuru, Kabarak, and then I go back to Mombasa, inshallah. This is also another trouble. Like, I have to pack here, and then I have to pack again. I have to unpack back in Nakuru, and then pack again, and then book a bus, and then I don't know, you guys, like. And then in Kenya, there's this thing that it's so difficult to, like, right now get a bus that is going back to Mombasa that is not cheap, that is not expensive. Yeah, that is not expensive. Like, all the bus fares are right now exaggerated. Like, the normal price will be increased by 600, like 400, I don't know, 500, 600, 700. I don't know why Kenyans are doing this. Don't they understand? Yes, it's an opportunity, but be realistic. Bus people, no, that's my own personal opinion. And then I just wanted to say I hate packing. I hate packing, you guys. That's it about going home. And then I know my sister is really much waiting for this video. I'm coming home, Ramla, I'm coming home. And then another thing is about results, you guys. So our results are out. Alhamdulillah, we passed, and Alhamdulillah. And you guys, I want to tell you something. You know, if you are familiar with this channel and you are been sticking around since day one, like since a longer period on my channel, you know that I don't talk about grades, and grades are just, to me, just a grade, and they show just this part of the whole process. And for me, passing is just like what is really important, and a grade is just a grade. Literally, it just shows the end results, and it doesn't show what someone has really gone through to like get to that end result. And for me, that's why I don't like sharing my grades on this platform on YouTube, and that's why I don't like sharing my grades here on YouTube, because already the field is already competitive. So you like get, like, I know comparison is something that most of the people struggle with, not all people, but sharing my grades will somehow ignite the fire on that, or increase the fuel to that fire. Because no, I don't know, like some of my friends who check each other's grades, I know for competitive purposes, but for me that doesn't count, and I just consider a grade as a grade. As long as I pass and I pass my exams, that is like the most important thing, because a grade, like I said, is just a grade. And it doesn't show the whole process. Like, it doesn't show what someone has really gone through to like achieve to that grade, and it's just a representative of something and not the whole picture. So we passed, alhamdulillah, but I'm not sharing my grade, and that's my story. And yeah, that's it guys for the updates part about school and stuff and clinical placements and results and all that kind of stuff. But then I wanted to make this video a little bit more useful and not just talk about my updates in school, but also talk about the coronavirus. I'm not a physician, I'm not a clinical officer yet, I'm not a medical officer, I'm not an intern, I'm not a consultant, I'm not a physician, I'm just a student. In other words, I'm just a student, and I'm no epidemiologist, I'm no researcher, I'm no a scientist or something. I'm just a student yet, and there's nothing much that I can say about the coronavirus, basically because I feel like I'm not in such kind of a position to be like addressing that kind of thing. But here's the thing that I can say as a student is that I know probably most of you watching this video right now would have already like known or researched or read something about the coronavirus, or maybe heard a lot of stories about the coronavirus. Whatever the story you've heard, that's yours. And here's something I want to say, like there are several precautions that we can take, and I personally feel like a student I can talk about them. And one of the things is like maintaining like the best of your hygiene as possible. Stay, I don't know, hygienize, is that a word? It's not a word, but stay clean, stay clean and practice the best of the hygiene that you've ever like practice the best of the hygiene you've ever practiced in your life, because this virus is spread by things like, it's spread from person to person, like direct contact, and like when someone sneezes or coughs and the droplets, you inhale the droplets, or like, yeah, the droplets method. I don't want to talk about that because like I said, I'm not in a position to talk about that, but practice hygiene at the best that you can. Wash your hands with soap and water. Like for the 20 seconds we are told to wash our hands, like scrub your hands, wash them ideally the way they're supposed to be washed. Wash them as often as you can. Avoid touching your face with unwashed hands, with unclean hands, with dirty hands. Avoid touching your face every time. And also, like, if you're not in a position to like wash your hands with soap and water, carry sanitizers with you. It doesn't ruin anything. Like, carry sanitizers with you and practice hygiene, you guys. Another thing I want to talk about is the coughing and sneezing etiquette. Like, if you're coughing, cough on a tissue, like cough on a handkerchief. And also like the elbow sneezing, like the way people like dab or something, do that, but don't you sneeze just openly. You know, when you're in crowded places, don't do that. So like, I used like again, but practice hygiene as much as you can. Wash your hands, don't touch your face and everything, your face on your face so often with dirty hands, and clean things that you frequently touch. Like, disinfect and clean things that you frequently touch, so that you minimize the risks of you getting exposed to the virus. And practice hygiene, you guys. Hygiene is super important, you guys. And stay safe, you guys. That's it for this video. And I guess, is there anything that I've probably left out? No. So you guys, that's it for this video. I really hope with all the distractions you got something useful out of this video. I wanted to say that I really appreciate all the people who like turn into my channel and watch everything that I post on my channel. I really appreciate you guys, and that doesn't go unnoticed, you guys. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate everyone who turns on their phone, turns on their computer and watches these videos. I love you guys so much. That means a lot to me. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you got a picture of what is currently happening in our lives as students, in my life as a student, and that's it for this video. Be sure to give this video a like because it helps to push the algorithm. It boosts my algorithm to other viewers. Like when you like this video, YouTube is able to like recommend it to other people, and so other people can like see the video, can see my videos. And if you've been watching my videos and you love seeing my face and you just love watching me and you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate if you did, and hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video, and watch out for the new episodes that are going to come after this video. By the way, guys, I don't want to ruin this, but I went to Thompson's Falls. Wait for that video. I got you guys. Bye guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Salam.